Mm-hmm. I'm late as fuck on this review, but I wanted to really digest what happened in that last episode, Game of Thrones, episode season 7, episode 6, Beyond the Wall. So this is a controversial episode that a lot of people got issues with. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me at Loch121. That's LOCH121 on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that. Hit me up. Check the links in my description. You know what I mean? Check out the music and all that. But yeah, we gonna talk about this episode, boy. I, I've been saw this episode, but let's get into it because the finale about to start very, very soon. It's like 8:18, and I'm probably gonna do a live reaction. But yeah, so we start off at Dragonstone, looking at the fireplace. Then we skip to seeing our merry men on their quest to get a wife. You see Tormund, Jon, and Gendry talking, or Gendry, or whatever, talking about the cold and how y'all stay warm out here. And he like walking good, fighting's better, fucking's the best. And Tormund makes some kind of gay reference because Jon Snow was like, "Ain't no women out here," and Tormund was like, "You gotta make do with what you got." Looking at Gendry or whatever. Tormund asked Jon about bending the knee and basically gave him the blessing on bending the knee and said that a lot of people died because mans refused to bend the knee. Beric, Thoros, and Gendry, then they talking about how Gendry's still mad about them taking him to Melisandre and all that, and the Hound Gendry was like, and she stripped me naked, and the Hound was like, sound all right so far, sound great. So he wanted to join the Brotherhood. Gendry wanted to join the Brotherhood, and they sold him. You know what I'm saying? So Jon and Jorah talk about Jorah's father, and Jon talks about how all of his killers found justice, and says that Ned was good and he died, on the executioner's block, and Ned wanted to execute Jorah. And Jon was like, he glad he ain't catch him, and he tried to give him back Longclaw, and Jorah said no, he didn't want it back because he didn't deserve it or whatever, and said, give it to your children. So in Winterfell, you see Arya telling the story to Sansa about when she was shooting the arrow real early, maybe the first episode, and she talks about how Sansa wrote that letter that she found from last week that she sent to Rob and them and all of that. And then Sansa was like, look, bitch, I won the battle with the bastards. If it wasn't for me, everybody would be dead. So, and she was like, you can't survive what I've been through. I'll ride or die. Gangster shit. Let me check the chat room and see what the hell is going on. All right. So, yeah. So they have this little conversation where she basically was like, I know you wrote that letter, and yeah, that's what's up. The Lannisters played you. I know you wrote that letter. So, but Sansa was like, I was just a child, and Arya was like, what would Lady Mormont say? Because she's a gangstress. She would never have that. So the Hound and Tormund talk, have a little conversation. Tormund messing with him, talking about we both been kissed by fire, because the Hound said he hated gingers. These conversations was pretty funny. This was funny as hell. The Hound like, why you keep on fucking with me? You must want to suck my dick. And Tormund never heard the phrase dick. And so the Hound was like, cock dick. And the Hound was like, Tormund was like, I like it. And the Hound was like, I bet you do. They stupid. Then they get into how Tormund mentions how he messes with Brienne, and the Hound is like, Brienne, yada, yada. Funny conversation. Beric and Jon get real deep. You know what I'm saying? He says he don't look like Ned. Yeah, probably because he's not Ned's son. and but says he must favor his mother. You know what I'm saying? And they had sent Barrick to hunt the mountain originally. If you don't know, when Ned was the hand, and so the what did they say? They start talking about the Lord of the Light, and it gets real deep. And basically, Barrick says, you know, it's not their purpose to understand what the Lord of the Light wants, but they're soldiers, and death is the enemy, the first enemy, and the last. And John was like, but we always die. And Barrett says the enemy always wins, and we still need to fight him. That's all I know. That shit was crazy. That was in the trailer. So John says what the Knights Watch say in their speech or whatever, in their oath. I am the shield that guards the realms of men. Berberic says, you know, maybe they don't need to understand. And, you know, basically, John is still Night's Watch. He's still the Night's Watch. If you think about it, he's doing what the Night's Watch does: stop the White Walkers. Um, so Danny and Tyrion talk about, you know, she tells her, I'm glad you're not a hero. And he like, well, thanks, bitch. And you know, heroes do stupid things and they die like Draga, Joro. Yeah, Drogo, Jorah, Dario, and now John. And Tyrion says, but they all fell in love with you. And then Danny on some high school shit. John isn't in love with me. Yeah, he is though. He is. So she says, he's too little for her. I guess you mean as far as status. So, hey, whatever, the mind of a woman. Um, she asked about meeting Cersei and saying, you know, how Cersei would rather murder her than talk. And Tyrion like, yeah, and they probably plotting on you. And she like, what we planning? And yeah, and then they have a conversation about how deceit and mass murder. And then Dany was like, you know, who won without that? Tyrion said, you know, everybody else got it by deceit and mass murder. And she like, you know, who won it without it? Tyrion says Cersei and Tywin's power is based on fear, and everybody below them wants to kill them, and it makes their power brittle. And Dany was like, you know, Aegon, her, you know, relative used fear, and Tyrion was like, you know, well, he built the wheel. You know, you want to break the wheel. You know what I'm saying? And says, and he kind of questions how Dany had killed Randall and Dickon. She questioned that, and and then Tyrion questioned it, and she was like, no, I did what I had to do. We had war, and I agree. And then he asked what happens when Dany dies, because she supposedly can't have children. And she kind of took offense to that or whatever. And she like, what, you been talking about my death to your brother or something? Or whatever. And she was like, we're not even gonna discuss this until I wear the crown. And she like, you know, you made me lose Dorne and Highgarden. So you should shut the fuck up, little man. You know what I'm saying? So it's all windy and shit. And the next thing, the Hound sees a bear. And Gendry asks if bears have blue eyes, which they don't. And a red shirt gets killed. And they form a circle with their weapons out, ready. And then the bear attacks another red shirt. Then the flaming swords come out. Another red shirt catches it. And then the bear is on fire and it runs towards the Hound. This nigga is in shock. Thoros attacks the bear. And the bear fucks Thoros up bad. And after Tormund hit him with an axe, Jorah stabs him with a dragon glass dagger. And he's just on the ground burning the fuck up. It's 8:26, people. We only got about 30 minutes into the finale. Let's go. So, yeah, he put his sword out in the snow, Beric, and that was cool. So then you see Peter and Sansa talk about the letter. Sansa asks, you know, where did Arya get it? Worried about how the army of the dead, I mean, how, I'm stupid, the army of the dead. She worried about the army leaving and saying, you know, they'll find any reason to go home. And she hasn't heard from John and all that. And she like, you know, they turned their back before taking over Winterfell. Then they turned their back, you know, on him. I mean, then they chose him as king. And now they're trying to shit on him again. So she says, you know, if John comes back, he may not have an army fucking with this situation. So Littlefinger says Arya would betray her family and suggests getting Brienne to help say, you know, saying basically get Brienne to kill Arya, basically. And saying that, you know, if one was planning to harm the other, she would be honor bound to intercede. So he's trying to be slick and get Brienne to kill Arya. Jorah talks to Thoros about how drunk he was during a famous battle on the Ironborn, and Jorah thought he was the bravest, and he's like, I was just the drunkest motherfucker. And actually, I think that it was, yeah, it was Beric who put out the shit in the snow. And he says, so then we see a group of whites being led by a White Walker. And they wonder where the rest are. Me too. So they start a fire to trap the whites, and then they attack. Jorah starts getting choked. That shit was funny. Jon kills the White Walker, and all the whites die besides one, and they catch their white. So I'm like, let's go home. We out of here. But now the white is screeching, and Jon starts hearing the army of the dead, and they coming, and it's thunder, and it's fucked up. And Jon look at the cam, and he's like, oh shit. So then Jon tells Gendry to run back and get a raven to Dany. And the Hound makes him give him his warhammer, and they start running, and they end up like on a frozen lake, like almost an island. And the surface is starting to crack, and they just start running, and the army of dead is coming, and they running, and they kill another red shirt. He got caught up in the matrix. So they form a circle around them, like the Battle of the Bastards, or one of them battles where they did that like that. I think it was the Battle of the Bastards where they surrounded them. But the thing is, they start falling in the ice. The White Walkers, the whites start falling in the ice. So eventually they stop doing that, and they just stand there. And then you see Gendry running, and it's nighttime now. So that's the end of that day for the people concerned about the time. So it's night, and the white is growling. The army of the dead is just standing there like, what's up? And Gendry makes it to Eastwatch. And Davos asks, what happened? And Gendry like, we need a rating. We need a rating. It's a great raven we got here. So it's another day, and we don't know how many days it's been, but I'm thinking 1 or 2, I guess. The Hound kicked the white while he growling, and the other ones react to surrounding. And then we see that Thoros has died. R.I.P. to the homie Thoros. Always love those guys. I love the Brotherhood randomly. Love those dudes. So yeah, Beric died. Not Beric. Thoros died. So yeah, that was pretty sad, actually. Yeah. So they figure out that the whites died because the White Walker turned him. And Jon says the Raven is on his way, and Dany is our only fucking chance. And then Beric is like, nah, and he looks up, and there goes the Night King and his jolly band of White Walkers, and he's like, nah, we could kill that motherfucker. So they just standing there, you know what I mean? So The Hound is stupid because Barrick said something about the Lord of Light brought them back. He didn't bring them back to freeze. And the Hound was like, every Lord he ever met was a cunt. I don't see why the Lord of Light would be any different. So, okay, we see Sansa back at Winterfell and gets an invite to King's Landing. And she's like, I'm not going. She's going to send Brienne. I wouldn't go either. Don't go. Don't even do it. And Bree was like, she was invited. And basically, Sansa was like, look, get the fuck out of here. That's basically what she said. Go to King's Landing and get out of here and take Podrick with you. Then we see Tyrion and Dany. They get the Raven. Dany, she wearing the fly shit, looking like she going out to the club in the white shit. And she fucking bounces out, even though Tyrion didn't want her to bounce out. And she leaves with 3 dragons, and you hear that great music, that Dany music, that Daenerys music, and it was fire. So the Hound looks at the Army of the Dead, and I guess he's just being an asshole, and he throws a rock and he hits one of these skeletal whites and breaks his damn jaw off. But he throws another one and the fucking rock slides. And that one white who got hit starts walking, dragging his weapon, and he's coming, and the other one start following. So they're coming, and it pops the fuck off, man. It pops off. So they all start walking. Beric lights his sword. Everybody ready. The fucking zombie who got hit with the rock comes at the Hound, and he hits him. Like he hits the hammer on the ground, and it sinks the jawless, we're gonna call him Rock Zombie, to the ground. Rock Zombie was on some shit. So then you see Jorah save Jon. A white tried to get the hostage. A white actually was trying to get that white from them. Tormund almost dies. This white is fucking the same. These whites jump him, right? And then the same rock white who started this shit tries to grab him from in the water. So I want to say this. I think that whites can swim. Because he swam. But anyway, so they grabbing him, try to take him down, but he gets saved by the Hound. They tried to take him down, he got saved by the Hound. So they fighting the horde. Jorah kicking ass. Jorah was looking great here. Another red shirt dead. This motherfucker, he falls in like down into the whites, and they tear his ass up, and instantly he arises as a white. So it's looking bad. It's looking bad. It's looking sad. Sad Jon music. The whites is closing in. Jon is ready to die. And then, oh, here comes Dany and them dragons, and they fucking shit up. They flying in. They burning whites. It's popping. It's going down. Drogon land. The rest of the crew and Dany. She reaches out to Jon or whatever, and the White Walker gives the Night King an ice spear, and Jon is still fighting the whites. You should be gone. Drogon is shooting fire on the ground. The Hound puts that white on like a scale of the dragon like impales him. So then the Night King is walking up. He's eyeing for Drogon, but he sees Viserion shooting fire, and he's coming to attack him. That's why he did not throw it at Drogon, people. Viserion is like, he's wilding. So, yeah, at this point, the Night King does his shit, does his Olympic pose, whap, throws the spear, and he fucking kills fucking Viserion. Blood spews out of him. He's screaming and he falls to the ground, and then he slowly sinks into the ice. And Tormund's face, and everybody's face, but Tormund was like, what the fuck? Dany is heartbroken. Jon and the Night King, they just stare each other down. You know what I'm saying? The White Walker hands the Night King another spear. Jon was like, okay, let's go. We gotta go. But then Jon gets tackled in the ice. And then the Night King is walking up to throw a spear, and they leave and it misses. And so then you see John, he's sunken down into the ice water. You know what I'm saying? And so they leave John and fly away. And so, yeah, that's fucked up. So John comes out of the ice water because he's John. That's why. I don't know why he didn't die. I don't care. He's magical, dude. So he gets up, long claws right there. The director said that the eyes didn't open. So just for people who thought that, the director claims that is not true. You know what I mean? I don't know what you said, Milu Vargos, but I don't speak Spanish. You're gonna have to write that in English. But yes. So, damn, the Syrian caught a bad one though. Damn, he caught a bad one. Ooh, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. So yes, John gets out the water, grabs a long claw, and the whites are moving in on her. And all of a sudden, Uncle Benjamin comes in with his flaming Halloween pumpkin. I don't know what that shit is. It's like a jack-o'-lantern of death. I don't know. Hold on, I'm trying to fucking plug my shit in. So he comes in and he gives John the horse and he says, you know, take the horse, be out. It's no time. John was like, yo, come with me. He's like, it's no time. Because he wanted to stop the whites. I don't know why people complaining about this. He wanted to stop the whites from getting John. So, yeah, that's how that went down. And from above, you saw the White Walker. They looked like ants and shit. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. I assume that Benjamin died fighting the White Walkers. You see the light go out. I assume he died. So, I don't know. Then you see the Hound, Torment, and Barrick talking. They load up the white somewhere. How are they going to get that white over the wall? I have no idea. But you see the dragons flying. Speaking of when Viserion got killed, Rhaegar bust out of there. He kept it moving like Beyonce and Kelly when Michelle fell on 106 in Park. He was like, oh, I'm out of here. But you do see the dragons kind of looking like they're screeching and crying, possibly. Danny is waiting on John. Jorah like, it's time to go. Fuck John. He already going to give you the dick. I want to give you the dick. So the dragon is screeching and all that. Then the horn sounds and it's John. Then you see John in the bed. Danny sees stab wounds from for the watch. We go back to Winterfell. Sansa goes into Arya's room and finds her faces. And we have a then Arya, she wants to play kind of the game of faces. And basically she says that she tells her she's a faceless man. And Sansa is like, what is that? The same way she was with Bran. Like, all my brothers and sisters are crazy. She says the game didn't turn out well for the last person who asked her questions. The waif says Sansa wanted to be a queen and she wanted to be a knight, and neither got that. And I'm sure many women will use this when Arya says the world just doesn't let a girl decide who she wants to be. I'm sure that'll be used across the internet forever. But she like, with the faces she can know, I can even become you. And she picks up the Catspaw dagger and she starts walking towards her. Sansa looking shook. And she says all she needs is her face. And she hands her the dagger. And then Sansa looks stupid. So it looks like either Arya wants Baelish and Sansa, or Baelish and wants to know where Sansa stands. Anyway, John awakes. He awakes from his slumber. And Danny is there looking creepy. And he's just like, I'm sorry. I wish we never went. And she not sorry. We gonna kill these motherfuckers. These White Walkers, I'm glad we went. She says, we're going to destroy the Night King and those motherfuckers. And John says that he will bend the knee. He didn't actually bend the knee, but he says that he will bend the knee. But he's fucked up right now. And she asked about the North, and he was like, fuck what they think. They'll see who you are, bitch. The mother of dragons. And she's like, I hope I deserve it. And then they look, they give a very nasty auntie, nephew, fuck you look. Seems kind of uncomfortable. Then she takes her hand away and say he should get some rest and don't jerk off about your aunt when I leave. You know what I'm saying? So next we see the most traumatic part of this. We see the dead pulling chains, and they pull Viserion out of the ice, and he's dead. And the White Walkers are chilling, and the Night King walks up and touches him, and his eyes open, and they're blue. And we have what I would believe to be a white dragon, not a ice dragon. So for the people complaining about this episode, fuck y'all. Look, man, I don't know how fast ravens travel, but they was definitely there for at least 2 days. We're gonna say that. I don't know how fast dragons travel, but I would say that going from Dragonstone to north of the wall is probably like from going to Georgia to maybe Seattle or something, Atlanta to Seattle. I don't know. These ravens are crazy. But I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that Gendry left and it became night that day. And they sent a raven. And then an unspecified time passes. And then Danny comes. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was at least 2 days. So it is what it is. I don't know why Jon didn't die. I don't want Jon to die. So I'm assuming Jon can't die. I don't know. I do know why that sword was right there. That I do understand. I don't know where those chains came from. A lot of people say possibly Hardhome. Could have came from any docking or wildling shipping place that they ransacked already. We don't know. Why they didn't use ice chains, I don't know. We'll never know. But whatever. I'm not complaining about this shit. And I'm not mad at Arya. Arya knows what she's doing. Arya is a gangster. I'm not mad. We just be patient and watch how the shit play out. Shit. I just know that somebody need to die. And I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen at this meeting, but somebody probably gonna take an L. I don't know though. But we need to get Bran, Sansa, and Arya on the same page. And we need to get rid of Littlefinger. Period. His time been up since the last finale when he was schemed out when Jon became king. It's time for that motherfucker to go. Period. Episode looked beautiful. Cinematography was fire. I love that shit. I love the cinematography on this shit. And yes, I like the episode. You know what I'm saying? I liked it a lot. This is like a pre-game to the war with the White Walkers. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's about it. We got about 14 minutes until the finale of the show. I wish Cersei would die, but I doubt it. But somebody got to get this work. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to get this work. Also, I don't know how Thoros and Beric like their swords now, but it used to be with blood, and I'm assuming it still is. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why the Hound was throwing rocks. You know what I mean? But I do believe it was a trap. I think the Night King does not want to kill Jon. He wanted those motherfucking dragons. He had a dragon killing weapon, and he had the chains for the motherfucking dragon. He wanted to kill the motherfucker. Dragons, I'm telling you, bro. The Night King knows some shit, bro. I'm telling you. Brand, we need you to get it together. Get it together, Brand. Get it together, Brand. Motherfucker. Dr. Brand Hatton. I could kick your ass, Brand. Tell your sisters, man. Chaos is a ladder. So yeah, I can't wait for this finale. I think I'm gonna live stream my reaction. I don't know though. If I don't live stream it, I'm just gonna do a really, really quick review the night of. I'm not gonna make motherfuckers wait. I'm gonna get on it, and I'm not gonna fucking play. But yeah, man, I'm out, man. This shit long as fuck. Niggas getting on me about these long ass reviews and shit. But I be trying to fucking, I want to break that shit down, man. So Game of Thrones, season 7, episode 6, Beyond the Wall. Tormund is crazy. The Hound is still scared of fire, and Jon Snow still knows nothing. He doesn't know that he's Rhaegar's son. Rhaegar's son. But yes, peace out, people. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me at Loch121. Comment, like, share, whatever. Come through. I think I am gonna do a live reaction. Not sure, that might take away from my enjoyment. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, follow me at Loch121. That's LOCH121. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Check out the links in my description. And I'm out, people. Hopefully I ain't forget shit.